So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Hey. Keep up 14.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious, and you start to think about taking it away and going the other way instead of focusing and catching the ball.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Hey, 0-0-0.
From the shotgun, Wilson. It's caught, Rocket. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood what the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure they didn't give up much run after catch.
Watch the twitch. Hold on. I'll go special. I'll go special.
Here we go on 4th with Wilson. He's going to air one out. And this is going to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that's called in by St. Brown over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards, good for a Packer 1st down. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
Switch.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. 2 touchdown passes now here in this 1st quarter for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah. Start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Officially an even 100 yards coast to coast on the kick return. As his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. On first down, Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6. Crosby with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And an alley to run. And now nothing but green ahead of him. All the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. He returns the kickoff at even 90 yards. His guys are back within a single score. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch. And you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork to be able to put it all together. That play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kick. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. From the gun, Rodgers. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And a Seahawks have picked it up. And they have the football. He will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Flushed out right. He's going to take it. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Tyler Lockett. A touchdown on a kick return, and now one through the air. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Now Myers for the extra point. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the scores. The kick's away. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions. Some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense. But when you turn it over, it changes momentum. And when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
You're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Rodgers now on first down. Caught on the right side by Adams. And they were able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. One back in the game. That's Jones, 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Packers have taken the lead. A 1-yard run on 1st down, another one on 2nd. Tell you, it doesn't do much for the yards per carry average, but it gets them 6 points.
And I just wonder in contract negotiations, do you show the 6-point score or do you show the yards per carry?
I'm showing the 6 points.
No doubt about it. And his team benefits. They don't care about yards per carry. They just care about points up on the board.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. And return here, he gets it out to the 25-yard line. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Rashawn Gary able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. After the sack on 1st down, Wilson is complete to Lockett. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And this will be caught at the 30. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 52 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Check 3. Hatchet. Check 4. Four down.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. They're back now to the original line of scrimmage thanks to that 8-yard gain. 3rd down now to follow. On 3rd down, Wilson. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Zadarius Smith with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. From the right hash, this from 53. Myers' kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they're going to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing it in. Rodgers. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And how about this line out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. But gutsy call there. You exit the locker room with a lead. Tried the onside kick. It didn't work.
And you just wonder what the gain was there. They're already in the lead. They were in control of the game. They may have given momentum now to their opponent and maybe kick-started things going in the opposite direction.
On first down, Wilson. He's got his man. That's Josh Gordon. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards on the play. They'll run on first down. It's Carson, and down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and they will score. It's a Packer touchdown.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive back, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
Now Crosby for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Seahawks looks like they've recovered. They have. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Yeah, let's get set lunch. Check. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
Back back to the air. Wilson after the pick six. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Wilson now throwing again. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead. And another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. That's good for 28 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Rodgers now operating from the gun. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now Russell's here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. Throwing is Rodgers. And he comes back with one complete. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the 1st down due to the previous penalty. Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown.
Fair play.
Pete Carroll in that familiar hands on knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here. It'll be Carson. They run for it. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position and throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
On 2nd and 7, Rodgers. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. It's caught. Jones. And that'll wind up moving the the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 44-yard line. Rodgers now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it could be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Check it back, check it back.
Now Jones. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Jones hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And the offense is able to pounce on it inside the 5-yard line. Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Crosby connects on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And up 2 scores late. No clue why you do this here, but they're going to go for the onside kick. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it out past the 30. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
24 is the mark. 12.
On 2nd down now. It's Carson. He'll get this up early to about the 33. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Here's Wilson to throw on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. The Seahawks will go for it. It's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes goes down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that one that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back.
Check inside. Inside. Ball. We got motion. Back up.
Now it's Rodgers. Complete. This is Lewis. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
On first down, it's Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point trying now for Crosby. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover their chance.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down, it caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's third and long here. There's Wilson. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
We've been running this league for a while, and many coaches never pull this starting quarterback once come out of the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. It is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line. We'll see if the defense wants to stop it as they take the knee. The Packers looking to get out of here with a win as they take the knee.
Russell Wilson looking like a clown. Russell Wilson looking like a straight clown. Straight clown. Straight clown.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. Set to go in a rematch of what would come to be known later as the first Super Bowl. The Chiefs and Packers are underway. This will be fielded at the 6. They'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Rodgers
now on first down. That'll be caught by St. Brown. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Throwing again on second down. Rodgers, he completes it to Jones. So now first and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 43. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Caught by Jones. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. Rodgers now on first down. That's going to be caught. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Devontae Adams, 26 yards. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up first and 10 at their own 16. Here's the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
From the 22, Mahomes. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now Mahomes. It's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. Now Crosby for the point after. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Well, not content with a first quarter lead, I guess. They're going to go onside kick. Chiefs are going to make the recovery. So they hit the ball before it went 10 yards. I know that's tough, but you got to stay disciplined.
It is difficult because you're so eager to go get the football. It's that type of a play, but you're exactly right. Have to have the discipline to let it go 10 first.
Yellow.
Mahomes now on first down. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes completes it to Hardman. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Now McCoy. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. On 2nd and goal. Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in. It's Williams. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal. Mahomes going to go on 4th down, and that is going to be incomplete. Kevin King, the former Washington Husky, there defensively. Well, down 2 touchdowns already. I guess they felt they needed to go for it, but still early, still first half.
I think conventional wisdom says, look, as you point out, you got a whole half to play. Hang in there. Don't give up any more points in this situation. Do a little adjusting at the half and come out ready to go. But sometimes those coaches can just sense their team. Maybe they're a little flat or they need a little extra inspiration. And he decided to go for it there to try and kickstart things.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Hey, shoot.
In his own end zone, it's Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. A gain of 6 there on first. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
26.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to have a 3rd down. Rodgers going to throw. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. Called that a very strong gain of 24. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. Here's Rodgers. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Hey, Orbit.
And again, it's Rodgers. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. From 21 yards away. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point try now for Crosby. And it is now 21-0. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Well, they were a little too excited to get the football, touched it before it went 10 yards.
And that's so difficult, isn't it? Because sometimes it can just take a bad hop and veer into your lane or into your body. In this case, though, they touched it before 10. Illegal touching is the call.
Mahomes now on 1st down. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on it and then let him run.
Got some space. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Mahomes going to throw. And he checks this one down to Williams. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. They'll run it with Williams. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out as they are now on the board here in the first half. That seemed like a much-needed touchdown after 21 unanswered points to start the game.
It's not often that you equate a football game to a golf tournament, but it's like you don't want to shoot yourself out of the tournament too early. So they needed that touchdown to make sure that they got an opportunity to not just get back into this game, but a chance to win it later if they continue to play well.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Rodgers now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Rodgers now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
24 is the mic. 24 is the mic.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 13 yards, 1st down, Packers.
Come on. Hey, let's go. Coming. 24 is the mic. He don't know no better.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs.
Don't pass.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Eyes on 10. Single. 24.
To throw, it's Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City 1st down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. It's Hill, complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City 1st down. Mahomes now 7 of 10 here in this 1st half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Mahomes to throw once more. Looking downfield for Kelsey. Oh, man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Travis Kelsey in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer. Extra point right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They'll run it with McCoy. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
Oh, he's got it going early in this one. That's the shady McCoy. That's vintage right there, right? Breaking tackles, creating explosive runs. And if they don't take care of this early, look out. This guy's got a big, big day.
You know where he got that nickname Shady, by the way?
I know you're going to educate me on it. Help me out.
Mama gave him that name when he was a youngster.
And if Mama named him Shady, we're going to call him Shady.
Absolutely. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now here's Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. So after the run by McCoy, here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. It's complete to Williams. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes. This is caught. Watkins. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down. They'll try and run it with McCoy. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys are back within a single score. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard and you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Rodgers now on first down. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Hey, my 7. My 50, my 50. Back to pass.
Looking to throw again on second down. Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Rodgers now still just the one incompletion. 16 of 17. It's first down.
Check. Box it. Hey, Alpha.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. Touchdown, Packers. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Crosby with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Well, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
When you're in man coverage, you have help over the top. You become a much more confident defender. Trail the receiver and know that someone over the top can make a play. And that's exactly what happened here. The free safety coming up with the interception.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd and 9, Rodgers, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. This complete to Jones. That one covers 29 yards. First down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different area. We think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Rodgers now on first down. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Rodgers now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Rodgers again now. He's got it. That's St. Brown. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Rodgers on fire. His 5th touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Now Crosby for the point after. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken near the 13. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Mahomes now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on first down. Now a pass that's taken in by Hill. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They're giving those short little routes, tackled him in bounds too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's Mahomes to throw. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And for the 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Adrian Amos for the pick. He is all the way up past the 25.
Hey guys, I'll catch the ball, fellas. Throw it up to me, big dog. I got it. What's up, big dog? Let me get my other one. He gonna be the best secondary in the world, dog. This man got the best secondary in the world, dog. Bacon on it. Bacon, England's cheese.
From Gillette Stadium. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Oh, jumping over. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
This man got the fucking game like an ass.
This is Aaron Jones. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. On first down, Rodgers drops it to Jones in the flat. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Rodgers now to throw. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. Touchdown, Packers! Equanimous St. Brown, 43 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Brady and the Patriots now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now Brady. Philip Dorsett holds it in. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run it here. This is James White, and he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. To throw is Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And when a free safety goes like he did there, he better be sure he's going to be able to make a play.
Oh, there's no doubt about it, because I have a feeling that the defensive coordinator and head coach are on the sideline screaming, no, no, no. Good play.
Yeah, good job,
play.
Buddy. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They'll go for it. It's Brady. That's to his running back, complete. Now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers, his throw incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer 1st down. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dante Hightower. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. To try again after the sack. Rodgers. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Packers. 2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This is taken at the 3. He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And his throw here's incomplete. Ben Watson was the intended target, the tight end. But it's going to be 2nd down. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Brady. And he's got Edelman for the first time. That's complete. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. 1st down, here's White. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Brady. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 13. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers. Go throw again. He's got a man. Complete. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point up and good by Crosby. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 20.
make my order.